Is it true that you turned the 12-carat ring into a pair of earrings?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff?
First of all, you know, the pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh, pot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Pot calling the kettle black. So, I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's gay?
50 Cent is...
Oh, my Lord, please. What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode is over.
Wait, Vivica A. Fox, what are you insinuating?
Well, I mean,
he gave you...
No, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear. So
you mean sometimes if people protest too much about something,
yes,
the fire is happening right there in front of them.
Absolutely. I just never forget there was a Vibe cover with him and Soulja Boy that made me kind of go,
Welcome back to StarHush, where the drama don't sleep and the tea gets served extra hot. This time, we're diving into the never-ending saga between 50 Cent and his ex, Vivica A. Fox, because it looks like 50 is still holding on to whatever beef he's got with her. And now, he's out here clowning her hard for allegedly getting a little BBL work done. At almost 60, Vivica and her new body have been trending all over social media these past few days. And as always, when her name hits the algorithm, you better believe 50 Cent ain't far behind. And true to form, he jumped in like clockwork. And let's just say, he came swinging. Now, at first he had folks fooled. The way he reacted had some people thinking maybe, just maybe, he was liking what he saw. It even sparked talk about whether he was thinking of spinning the block and getting back with Vivica. But that didn't last long. Next thing you know, 50 did a full 180 and started roasting her, claiming her surgery left her botched and saying she was too done up to pull a new man. It was shady, petty, and pure 50 Cent behavior. But come on, if there's one woman who doesn't back down, it's Vivica Fox. And once again, she proved she's not the one to play with. She clapped back immediately, throwing bold shots of her own, including a heavy claim that 50 might be on the DL. She even said he wouldn't recognize a real woman if she hit him in the face. Now that's a low blow. These two, whoo. It's like a never-ending love and war soap opera, and it just got extra messy again. And let's be real, Vivica's decision to get work done did catch a lot of people off guard. Nobody saw it coming. But hey, she's a grown woman, and at the end of the day, it's her body. She's got every right to do what makes her feel good. Still, the way this drama exploded, it's giving classic Hollywood mess. Now let's keep it real. Vivica has always been that woman. From her glow to her curves, her look has always turned heads. That's exactly why her decision to enhance her body had people shocked. It felt unexpected, especially since she's been holding it down naturally for years. But to be fair, she's been catching little comments over the past few years. Some folks have been whispering that she doesn't look like she did back in her heyday, which honestly makes no sense. People love to bring up her look from Kill Bill, acting like time don't move forward. But let's do the math. Kill Bill dropped way back in 2003, over 2 decades ago. She was in her mid-30s when that film dropped, and now she's pushing 61, so of course her body looks different. That's called life. A woman's body is supposed to evolve, and Vivica has aged with grace. Even before the recent surgery talk, her figure stayed top tier. She's still giving looks and poise that a lot of women half her age wish they had. But fast forward to just a couple weeks ago, when Vivica popped out in Houston for a meet and greet promoting her hair brand, and the internet went crazy. That was the first time the world got a full glimpse of her newly done up figure, and jaws dropped. Nobody expected her to show up with that kind of switch up, but she definitely made a statement. So you already know, once Vivica stepped out with her new look, the internet went nuts. Social media had a full-on meltdown because, let's be honest, it's not every day you see a woman in her 60s getting a BBL. Cosmetic surgery? Sure. A little tuck here, a bit of lift there, that's common. But a full body sculpt at 60, that's a rare sight, and it definitely caught people off guard. Usually when you hear about BBLs, it's women in their 20s and 30s getting snatched for the gram, not seasoned legends like Vivica. So when she popped out with her new figure, fans had a lot to say. Some tried to keep it respectful, dropping comments like, "I'm all for people doing what they want with their body, but she already looked great for her age. This was unnecessary." Others weren't holding back, calling it risky and unnecessary. One comment that went viral said, "This is dangerous. Elders don't know how to elder anymore. Perpetually 35, this is embarrassing." And like clockwork, you know who couldn't resist jumping in? 50 Cent. He slid into the conversation slick, dropping, "Wait, let me see," as his opening line. At first, people weren't sure if he was trolling or genuinely curious. But then, he followed it up with a little extra shade. "Who said I was spinning the block? Man, I ain't gonna lie." Just like that, he made it clear he was not doubling back. Classic 50, always ready to stir the pot and keep the tension high. Now at first, it almost seemed like 50 was being playful, maybe even a little flirty. He dropped that comment, "That booty was good though." I think so, and people were left scratching their heads. Was he serious? Was this his way of sending a little love toward Vivica again? Fans instantly started speculating, wait, does 50 still got feelings for Vivica? Could he actually be thinking about circling back and giving their relationship one more shot? The energy felt kinda reminiscent, like he was testing the waters just a bit. But just when folks thought this might be a grown and mature moment, 50 flipped the switch and went right back to being the same shady troll he's known for. Like clockwork, he turned the vibe messy, fast. Out of nowhere, he posted a video of Vivica that showed her from a different angle, one where her body didn't look as sculpted or polished as it does on her curated Instagram posts. It felt intentional, like he wanted to spark conversation and get people talking. But that's not all. At the end of the video, he slid in a screenshot of her Instagram pic, the one where her body looked extra snatched. The difference? Way too noticeable. The message was clear. He was clowning her for allegedly photoshopping her posts. And just like that, the vibe went from playful to petty. The clip of Vivica that 50 posted had people doing a double take. She looked way different than the flawless pics she usually drops online. But are we really surprised? These days, almost every celeb on the gram is touching up their photos, filters, angles, edits, you name it. Social media is a highlight reel, not the full picture. But 50 knew exactly what he was doing when he dropped that shady post. He wasn't just being messy, he was trying to turn heads and get folks talking about Vivica, and not in a flattering way. He didn't even need to say much. Just the side-by-side was enough to stir up a firestorm. And word is, Vivica saw right through it. According to someone close to her, she wasn't even surprised. She's been calling out 50's petty ways for years, and behind the scenes, she's not impressed. The insider said she sees his latest jabs as vindictive, over the top, and totally unnecessary. And she's not staying quiet either. She's allegedly letting folks know that if he keeps pushing her, she will bring the heat. And knowing Vivica, that's not an empty threat. She's got the mouth, the confidence, and the receipts to clap back loud if she wants to. These two have been at it for decades, and somehow, even after all this time, they still managed to stay locked in a never-ending battle of petty. It's crazy when you think about it. They've been broken up for over 20 years, but it's like the drama between them never left. One minute it's throwback love, the next it's full-blown war. And honestly, no one keeps 50 Cent in check quite like Vivica Fox. Their back and forth started all the way back at the 2003 BET Awards when 50 was mesmerized by her. What started as a red carpet romance quickly turned into a public roller coaster, full of flirty moments, fallout, and plenty of side eyes.
You know, I want to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress too.
Let's rewind to the 2003 MTV Video Music Awards, when 50 Cent and Vivica A. Fox hit the red carpet hand in hand. No more whispers, no more guessing games. That moment made it official. These two weren't just flirting anymore. They were a full-blown power couple, and they wanted the world to know it. This was their superstar era, and both of them were on fire. 50 Cent was fresh off dropping his iconic album Get Rich or Die Trying. And the numbers? Insane. That album sold over 12 million copies worldwide and had the industry locked. Every car, every club, every block was playing his hits. He was the moment. And Vivica, she was already that girl in Hollywood. She was stacking legendary roles left and right, from Independence Day, Set It Off, and Soul Food to Two Can Play That Game and the cult classic Kill Bill. Vivica was untouchable, a true screen queen holding her own with the best of them. Together, they were a walking headline, glam, success, and star power wrapped into one unpredictable couple. Behind the scenes, Vivica was falling hard. She was feeling 50 more with each passing day. And according to folks close to them, he was just as locked in. Word was, 50 was even planning to put a ring on it. At the time, they were looking like straight up relationship goals, even if it didn't last long. But when they were locked in, the chemistry was undeniable.
He's very romantic, and he's like a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
And see, I know that side of him, and he's very sweet and very kind and gives the best hugs.
Now let's talk about, he's 10 years younger than you are.
11.
11 years younger than you are. And you've said that energizes you.
Yeah, definitely makes me happy. Keeps a pep in my step for sure.
Was he in love with you?
Very much. I mean, I think that the reason why it's haunted me for such a long time is I found out later that he wanted to propose to me. So that's why.
Right. Okay. So I'll set the stage. They were in Monte Carlo. 50's got the ring in his pocket.
No.
That's
he was going to have a theater because I was excluded in the international tour of Kill.
What was supposed to be a show-stopping, jaw-dropping 12-carat engagement ring turned into a pair of earrings. Yup, earrings. Why? Because 50 Cent got in his feelings. Word is, Vivica said, or did something that rubbed him the wrong way. And just like that, he canceled the proposal and switched up.
Oh man, my love life is great.
Is it like the first time though when Vivica gives you the go-ahead and says you're gonna get naked in your bed? Is it awesome?
Yeah, man, it's exciting.
Are you able to hold out a long time?
No.
Is she loud in bed? Like, did she make a lot of noise? Does she make a lot of noise?
Nah, she don't make a lot of noise.
She doesn't.
Now let's get into how their love story crashed and burned, and fast. This wasn't a slow breakup. It was a full-blown nosedive. 1 second they were the hottest couple in the game, and the next, the whole thing folded like a house of cards in a light breeze. Gone. Privacy? Non-existent. Even back then, they were under the spotlight constantly. Every date, every disagreement, every public appearance was being picked apart in the headlines. Being in love is hard enough. Now add paparazzi, fans, interviews, and blogs all up in your business. That's a recipe for disaster. And let's not forget the age gap. Vivica was in her late 30s, grown, polished, and experienced. Meanwhile, 50 was barely 27, still riding high off his breakout success. Let's just say the emotional maturity? Not matching. He was still moving like a young star with too much attention and not enough sense. But the real issue? 50 couldn't keep their relationship out of the streets. If there was a mic, a camera, or even a cracked window nearby, he was spilling the tea. From pillow talk to private moments, everything was getting aired out. And Vivica, she wasn't having it. Nobody wants their relationship turned into a public circus, especially not a grown woman like Vivica. At that point, she was looking for something real, and 50 was out here treating their love like promo content. Between the lack of privacy, going public way too fast, and 50's habit of putting their business in the spotlight, this thing didn't stand a chance. It flamed out quick, like fireworks on the 4th of July, loud, dramatic, and over in a flash.
She dumped you or you dumped her? Be honest.
Okay, I ain't calling no more.
Oh, really?
I have to stop calling.
Really?
Well, what happened?
She told you to stop calling?
Nah, I stopped calling. I feel like her people were taking advantage of the situation as far as her publicist was concerned.
They were using you for publicity. Good for you.
Nah, but it couldn't have been using me for publicity, because then, you know.
In a way, you're the hottest thing out there.
Yeah, but in the then it would be, then we wouldn't have been together intimately.
Now here's where the whole situation took a cold turn. 50 Cent started feeling like being with Vivica was messing with his tough guy image. Instead of handling it like a grown man, what did he do? He hit the eject button, and not in a respectful way either. Did he sit Vivica down and have a real conversation? Not even close. Sis found out she was single by turning on the radio. Imagine waking up, flipping through stations, and boom, hearing your man announce to the world that the relationship is over. That's brutal. That's not a breakup. That's a public blindsiding. But it gets worse. 50 didn't just end things. He ghosted her completely. No text, no call, not even a "we need to talk." Just vanished like he pulled a disappearing act on stage. One day they were together, the next, gone. No closure, no respect. Vivica was left confused and heartbroken, blindsided by someone she once called her king. And instead of moving on quietly or respecting the time they had, 50 chose to run his mouth. He started airing out their relationship publicly, telling everybody their business like it was content for a mixtape. And then, the cherry on top, he had the nerve to claim she was using him for clout. Let's not forget, Vivica was already a Hollywood staple before 50 hit the scene. Independence Day, Soul Food, Set It Off. Her resume was stacked. She wasn't chasing fame, she was fame. But in the end, their relationship just couldn't survive the spotlight. All the pressure, the constant headlines, the social media noise, it was too much. And instead of fighting for it, 50 hit the escape hatch and left Vivica to pick up the pieces alone. Cold move, no doubt. Remember how we said Vivica Fox is not the one to mess with? Well, 50 must have forgotten, because she was not about to let him run her name through the mud without pushing back. She's never been the type to sit quiet while someone tries to twist her story, and this time, she clapped all the way back, and hard. Vivica made it loud and clear. She was never chasing clout, and she definitely wasn't using 50 for publicity. She let it be known that she had her own shine, her own legacy, and her own career long before he came into the picture. If 50 thought he could throw shots and get away with it, she reminded him, quick, that she's not the type to get played. But 50 didn't stop at the messy breakup or the public ghosting. Nope, he took his petty even further. After they split, he came for her in his music. One of the most infamous shots, his track "Get in My Car," where he dropped the line, "My game messed with a woman until she thinks she wifed me. I spent her life savings in a day cause she liked me. Commitment from me? Nah, not likely. Went out with Vivica, thought I was on or something. Next week, nah man, it was nothing." The disrespect was next level. He basically made it sound like the entire relationship was a joke, like she was just another name on his checklist. And to do it through a song, that hurt even more. Vivica later spoke on it and called the whole thing heartbreaking and humiliating. She wasn't just embarrassed, she was publicly hurt by someone she once loved. And instead of showing maturity, 50 used his platform to try and tear her down. But Vivica, she stood tall through it, proving she could take a hit and still walk with her head held high.
The main thing that what killed the relationship was that we just went way too public, way too fast.
It was like a huge learning lesson for me. You know, it was the first time that I went public with the relationship that I should have maybe taken the time to get to know him.
With 50 Cent?
Yes. Correct. The relationship didn't work out, but the press lasted a lot longer than the relationship did. So, I mean,
why do you think the press does that? Why do they like vilify the woman? Because when I read that stuff, I was like, it's so ridiculous.
No, it wasn't the press. It was him.
Oh.
No, it was him. He was like, she's exploiting me. She's trying to use me for, you know, to get publicity, and which was so not true. I was about to be in a film with, you know, Oscar-winning actors, and I've been acting for years. But, you know, I just considered that ghetto love. That was his way of dealing with the breakup.
Like the professional troll he is, 50 Cent didn't stop at Vivica's personal life. He tried to throw shade at her career too. When Vivica made a guest appearance on the hit show Empire, 50 went out of his way to clown the series during an interview. But the way he did it, straight up messy. He blamed the show's declining ratings on what he called too much gay stuff. Yup, he really said that. In his post, he wrote, "There are 3 million fewer viewers who tuned in to last night's Empire episode. Did you watch it? We couldn't take the extra gay content or all the celebrity cameos." The backlash was immediate. Social media dragged him for filth, calling him out for being offensive, tone deaf, and stirring up unnecessary drama. But 50 tried to brush it off, posting again like it was all a joke. He said, "It must be a slow news week. They're gonna say 50 said Empire lost 3 million viewers over gay stuff? I only said cookie call me. The kid is gonna mess up the show. Now everyone's waiting for power." So now he's trolling Empire, Vivica's project, and trying to make it sound like he was just cracking jokes. But Vivica, she wasn't letting none of that slide. She came back swinging, and this time, she came for his secrets. In one of her boldest clapbacks, Vivica threw out a slick hint that 50 had a little something going on with Soulja Boy. Yeah, she really said that. That one comment had the internet in a frenzy, and it turned their back and forth into full-on war.
His people got in touch with my people, and next thing I know, we were on the phone. And my birthday was coming up, and he's such a gentleman. He's very generous. I know him as Curtis, always will. And the 50 Cent, you know, those are his performing thing and who he is as a man. So I met Curtis.
50 Cent came back with one of the wildest clapbacks we've ever seen, and it had the whole internet doing double takes. After Vivica dropped that very suggestive shade, 50 responded with, "Oh no, now she thinks I'm gay because I let her lick my behind. Wait, I didn't want her to. She forced me. My hands were tied. 50 Shades of Grey." Yes, he really went there. Classic 50, turning a messy moment into a punchline. But Vivica, oh, she wasn't done. She doubled down and hit back with a never-before-seen throwback photo of 50, full face beat, makeup, and all, with a caption that lit social media on fire. She wrote, "Tell you what, 50 Cent, since you keep telling lies, I challenge you. Let's both go on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live and put this to rest. That never happened and you know it, Queen." And just like that, Vivica let him know. If he wants smoke, she's got a whole bonfire ready. Now let's be real, we could go on forever with these two. The sneak disses, the interviews, the subliminal messages, it's never ending. But one thing is crystal clear. Whenever Vivica and 50 lock horns, it turns into a headline. Sure, Vivica can be spicy and keep the drama rolling, but let's not forget, 9 times out of 10, 50 is the one that throws the first punch. Whether it's about her age, her relationships, or her new body, he stays poking the bear. Remember, this is the same man who broke up with her over image issues because he wanted to keep his tough guy persona clean. And now, he's doing the same thing again. First, he hinted that Vivica was looking right, maybe even gave the vibe that he was down to rekindle something. But the moment fans started saying he clearly still had feelings for her, he switched up and posted that shady clip of her body to spark backlash. According to a close source, Vivica is officially done playing with 50. She's warning him to keep her name out of his mouth, or else. Word is, she's still sitting on some serious dirt about him, and if he keeps pushing, she might just air it all out. And trust, 50 don't want that smoke. Not from BBL Vivica. This ain't 2003 Vivica. This Vivica got time, receipts, and zero patience for nonsense. These two former lovebirds are the definition of messy history. But what do you think? Was 50 out of line for clowning Vivica over her body again? And do you believe she's really holding on to secrets that could blow things up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss what's next. See you on the next one, my stars and hushers. Stay tuned because this tea never sleeps.